today I bring you Ken in a wheelchair. Okay, so I wanted to get this doll because they have full articulation. Even though Barbies in nowadays do not have hip joints and it really annoys me. Hashtag bring back the hip joint. So yes, I got this doll because they are fully articulated and they just happen to be in a really cool wheelchair. So let's have a look at the box. So near the bottom of the box we have this little picture of Ken who's looking rather happy. And it says Barbie. Why does it say Barbie when this is Ken? This is Ken! But I get that Ken is like part of Barbie, and Ken is still seen as like an accessory to Barbie now, I think. I think he's slowly making his way through, but I think Ken is still seen as like, oh, like Ken is just like Barbie's accessory sort of thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yes, this is a product by Mattel, and there's also a picture here of like Ken in the wheelchair using the ramp, so this does come with a ramp and it's blue. But we'll get to that. So looking at the back of the box, we have the other dolls that are in this line, and we have 3 dolls that are in wheelchairs. Ooh, we already have this one. Okay, so I really want to get this one here. Like, look at that face. Look at that little face. Like, wow. It does have like the numbers of the dolls on the bottom as well. But now, without further ado, let's open the box. So Ken is here out the package. And oh my goodness, they look so cool. So first, let's look at the actual doll. So let's just get him out the wheelchair. Very gently. Everything. I don't want to like break this and stuff. I don't know. We'll get onto this. So here is Ken, everybody. So the first impression that I got was I do not like the lips. Like, I'm not like the lips are very light, and I'm not really living for that. And another side note, you know, in my last Ken video that I don't like, you know, summery vibes, and this is the same sort of vibe that I'm getting from this doll. However, I do like their tank top a lot better than the other Ken. So yeah, posability wise, this doll is fully posable and everything, but of course they don't have like a hip joint, so you kind of twist them at the hip. However, they do have like a torso sort of joint sort of thing, so you can kind of like move them a bit. Not much really. I don't think you can. I can kind of move them like the torso a bit, but you can't like twist them sort of thing, which is kind of sad. I wish that they just, all they need to do is just add an extra joint there, then I will be really happy. Okay, that's all I ask for. That's my favorite articulation like bit. Like my favorite articulation is like a movable hip, and they don't do movable hips anymore, and I don't know why. Like, imagine all of like the photography you could do if like you had a doll that had like a movable hip, like they could be like twisted to the side, but now you can't like do that. Did you hear that click? Oh my goodness, I hope I didn't break them. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ken. Right, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, right, hold on. Oh, that's so painful. Okay, is he okay? I'm never gonna do that again because that was terrifying. I think they're good. I think they're good. Oh dear gosh. Oh dear me. Okay, they're fine. They're fine. So yes, this Ken is fully posable except for the hip. You can like even like twist the legs like outward like that sort of thing, which I think is pretty cool. You can do the same with the arms as well, with this sort of joint here. So they are pretty posable like without the hip joint as well, but it would be really cool if Mattel added in the hip joint, is all I'm saying. They have little elbows that you can bend and knees that you can bend. They have ankles as well. So they are pretty posable. I did in fact buy this doll online, and I am pretty terrified because Mattel's quality control isn't that great, and I cannot see the eyes at all on this doll because they're wearing sunglasses. So even if you got this doll shop bought, you will have no idea what lays behind those sunglasses. So there's still like a risk of like a misprinted eye. So here's for the reveal. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, hopefully they don't have any misprints. Wow, okay. So they're pretty handsome, aren't they? Look at those eyes. They have beautiful eyes. Okay, so I don't see any pixelation or anything, and that is a pretty good looking fit. Like, look at those eyes. They have beautiful eyes. Okay, so he doesn't look bad. So I think the eyes look beautiful. I think they have beautiful eyes. But those lips, though, are just not for me, honey. Like, I don't like the lips. It's just the lip colour. It's just not it. You know what I mean? It's like, why? Why? Another downfall on this doll, which is more to do with like personal preference really, is that they have moulded on hair. I personally do not like moulded on hair on dolls. I prefer rooted in hair because of custom reasons. Like if you want to make a doll custom, you can reroute them and stuff. All you can do to customize this is basically paint the hair a different colour, but style wise you cannot really change the style at all, so that's a bummer. And of course, I said before, I really don't like summery outfits, which is another personal preference. It's just not my jam. I don't like summer clothing. I just, oh, ew. Okay, so Ken to the side. I now want to talk about the wheelchair. And of course, it does come with a ramp that says their name on, Ken. And it's a nice blue colour, very fancy. The wheelchair itself, I love the colour mint green, and this is what the colour of the wheelchair is, it's mint green, and I just love the colour mint green. It's like a nice vintagey colour, and I'm just like obsessed with it. This wheelchair is really cool because it's very like, it's all functionable, so like the wheels actually move, the big ones and the small ones. This chair has like two little clips at the side so you can like lock the wheels in place so they can't move, so it's like they are parked in place. And it also has this little hip grip here to keep the doll in place. And I just want to say, I really love like the texture and the detail on the chair. Like this actually looks like, you know, leather sort of thing, so I really love that. Oh, and it says their name on the back too. So that's the wheelchair, pretty cool, pretty dope. And it even has like the handlebars. Oh. And the chair also has like this little foot like rest to it, and it also says their name on. Okay, so I got this doll just in case I want to do a head swap, and I did get this doll with the idea of giving them a head swap with this guy right here. And yes, I did change their clothes because I thought their previous clothes just looked really bad and I hate summer wear. This is the best I could find, best I could do. And honestly, the collars keep coming up. These clothes are not great, by the way. I did order these on Amazon, and yeah, they're not the best quality, but they'll do for now. Oh, and a little update on this Ken. I'm still trying to get used to that misprinted eye, but I just can't. I hate that so much. I don't like their face because of the eye. It's honestly, it's thrown us off, and I'm like, no, I hate it all. It's so horrible. I hate it. I like the nose. I love his nose. He has a flawless looking nose, but the eyes I just can't really see past the eyes, you know what I mean? And I'm not like a massive fan of the eyebrows either. I think that the eyebrows may look a bit too thick, but I'm not sure. I like the nose now, so I don't hate the face completely. And of course, I always love the hair. Like, the hair is here to stay. I adore this hair. Like, look at this. If you haven't seen my video on this doll, I'll leave a link in my description box below so you can go and check it out. Anyway, so I wanted to get like an articulated doll so I can do like a head swap, and things obviously didn't go out as planned because they're like this Ken's face just didn't turn out as well as I thought it would be. So I'm not going to do a head swap anymore, and to be honest, I'm kind of okay with that because this guy, he has the most beautiful eyes that I've ever seen on a doll in my entire life, and he has good eyebrows as well. Like, you know, like he has better, like he has better eyes and everything. Because do you know why they're better? Because they're not like misprinted. I think one eye is slightly bigger than the other, but that kind of looks adorable, to be honest. But like, honestly, if this Ken doll's eye was in place, I would be really happy, satisfied. He will look beautiful and everything. So yeah, that was my intention. Was doing a head swap, but I'm not going to do it anymore because that eye is just, I can't stand that eye. It's just no thank you. I do want to take a bit of a dive in about this doll and why some people wonder why they made this doll articulated when they're in a wheelchair. Okay, so people are in like wheelchairs for different reasons, and most people, yes, most people, not everyone, are born with limbs. Like, most people are born with arms and legs. You know, some people aren't born with that. Some people get amputations and everything. But most people are born with limbs, like legs, which are made for you to move. So I don't know if it has any connection to like, oh, made to move, and they are made to move sort of thing. They're born with legs and arms which are made to move. And I also think that this is like really lovely and thoughtful that they've give a doll in a wheelchair a made to move body, and it's just like so sweet and considerate. Not only that, I think it would make sense to have an articulated doll in a wheelchair so they can like look natural while sitting down, so they can like bend the legs and stuff, because I mean, if we take this doll for example and put them in the wheelchair without an articulated body, they will look like this. Their legs are sticking out like there's no tomorrow, and it just doesn't look natural. Like, that just doesn't look, it doesn't look it, does it? So that is what they would look like if they did not have a movable body. They will just look very, you know, sitting down and stuff, and it's just not really it, you know. It doesn't look too comfortable. Like, they don't look comfortable, they don't look like they're sitting right, and it's just, look at those legs, they're sticking out like there's no tomorrow. Like, what is that? So it makes sense for them to be articulated so they can sit down looking more comfortably and natural. And also they need to be articulated because they need to wheel the wheel. Like, we need to wheel the wheel. I got the lock on actually. But they need to like wheel the wheel. Look at that. Look, isn't that like amazing? Like, I love that. Like, they can actually like wheel the wheel. Ah. So I did think maybe like Mattel was thinking like, oh, let's just put like a regular like fashionista doll on a wheelchair, and I think Mattel was like, oh, this doesn't really look right, let's give them a made to move body. And I think that was part of the reason as well. Not only that, I think these dolls with a wheelchair were actually one of the best selling fashion dolls, which is a great thing and a clever thing if you think about it. People who use wheelchairs may feel kind of like good about it and stuff, and a bit empowered and stuff, because it's like the best selling or one of the best selling dolls and stuff, and they're in a wheelchair, and that's like really good. It's really good because it also like spreads awareness to children, and this is like the best selling toy supposedly. And like parents and carers and friends and family members, etc., other people may think, oh, this is a popular toy, I'm going to get my kid this, or such and such this. And when a kid gets a toy like this, it makes them more aware, and it makes this more of like a normalized thing. So if they see like a person in a wheelchair in public, they won't speak out loud about it, because it will just be normal to them, which is how things should be, because that's how things are, and that's how things really are. That's like reality. Some people use wheelchairs and it's normal. It should be normalized more, and it's just more awareness. And I also don't understand why people are like, oh, they shouldn't have articulation because they're in a wheelchair. I'm like, would you rather have a fully articulated doll with a wheelchair, or would you rather have just a regular fashionista doll that has no articulation? Like, I think the majority of people, if not all people, would rather have the articulated doll. So stop complaining. This is great. So that's all I really want to say about that. I'm just like really happy that they made them articulated, because it's just like so considerate and thoughtful and stuff, and it's just so nice, and oh wow. It's just Mattel is like so kind, giving this doll an articulated body, and it's just so kind and like thoughtful, and it's just everything, and it's just so, it's so good, and it's really nice. I don't know what else to say over that, and I'm just amazed and how like considerate that is, sort of thing. Okay, so anyway. So that is about it for this video, so be free to leave a cheeky little like and a friendly little comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and bye!